So thanks to litnxt.com, Christmas seems to have come early for me this year. I have a surprise for me inside this bag, and I'm sure you guys know what it is by reading the title. So let's just open it up and check it out. I haven't unboxed it yet, or unbagged it, because I wanted to do that with you guys. I like to get the first experience out there, show you my true reaction. One thing I did do is invest in a little 3-in-1 case stand grip for this thing, because it is a micro handheld. And it is a premium micro handheld because it is all metal. This thing has metal D-pad, metal buttons, metal shell, recessed screen, but it is a small screen and it doesn't have the highest resolution. But this thing plays up to PS1, maybe not all of PS1. So consider this a micro handheld for some of the lighter weight games. Let's open it up and check it out. Game Kitty. Not much going on with the box, but it looks nice. Pixel. All right, that's the side. Nothing on the bottom. Pixel on both sides. Open. All right. So that's the Pixel box. Let's check it out. What do we have here? What color? Try to keep this box in good condition. Well, that's the bottom of the box. Here we go, guys. Looks like gray or black. Looks like black. Look how small this thing is. Can you guys tell? I'm gonna have to pull out some of my other micro handhelds to show you. Wow, look at that. That feels premium. It's cold to the touch. This thing has got some weight to it too. It's not too heavy, but for the size, it feels pretty heavy. And boy, does it feel premium. I love that little look to it. It has like a kind of a metallic sparkle to it. D-pad, first touch. Oh, nice pivot. Is that metal? That actually is metal. Wow. So check that out. Looks like it's going to work really well. That's a nice D-pad. Let's see these buttons. Same thing, very, very nice. Very snappy, nice tactile feel. All silicone membrane buttons. Silicone membrane under these metal buttons, which is super cool. Start and select feel like little dome switches, which is nice. Let's check out these shoulder buttons here. Really flat. R2 and L2 are probably going to be more like hotkey things. You're not going to need them for most of the games we'll play on this thing. So, wow, very quiet, clicky, and quiet. I like it. Yeah, R2 and L2 are not going to be too easy to hit. Oh, I just touched the screen with my thumb. So yeah, it is a micro handheld, and it feels like one. These are the LEDs that are going to show your power level. What's that say on there? Model GKD Pixel 2, 5-volt, 2-amp, made in China. So let's set this thing down for a second and check out a couple other micro handhelds next to it. All right, so let's just start by taking a look at the GKD Pixel Mini, just sitting here on my table next to my hands, just to give you an idea of how small the Pixel Mini really is. I don't have anything around here that can, you know what, this is the size of a credit card, so you could kind of look at that right there and see it's basically officially the size of a credit card. So I'm going to pull this out now and we're going to test it against a couple different small handhelds. Let's start with another metal handheld. So here we are with the Ingenic RG Nano. As you can see, it is a much smaller handheld than the Pixel Mini, and the Pixel Mini feels tiny. So that just goes to show what the RG Nano feels like to play in your hands. This one is more of a novelty. This is an actual micro device that is actually playable, in my opinion, but we haven't turned it on yet, so we'll check it out in a minute. Let's pull this off to the side a little bit and check out one more micro handheld. All right, and here we are with the TrimUI Smart, a vertical micro handheld. As you can see, all the screen sizes are very small. This is more of a square screen right here, but the TrimUI Smart and the Pixel Mini, very similar screen sizes. As you can see, both of these are pocketable, playable handhelds, in my opinion, based on the size. It just depends on what you choose to play. This one right here, it's more of a novelty, in my opinion. So we're going to set that aside, and we're going to set this aside, and we're going to focus on the Pixel Mini itself. I'm always getting ahead of myself here in these videos, and I haven't even discussed specs for this device yet. So before we even turn it on, let's just discuss the specs very quickly. It has a 1300 milliamp hour battery, charged by USB-C on the bottom. It has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack as well. We've already went over the buttons and the feel. So basically, it has a 64 gigabyte card included. You can get it in gray, blue, red, green, or yellow. And the chip is a Ingenic X1830 processor. The screen is 2.4 inches full fitted. The resolution is 320 by 240. It has 128 megabytes of RAM. And yeah, it is a little guy, and we're not planning on doing anything stronger than PS1 on this thing. So now, let's take one more close look at the device before turning it on, because I'm always moving quickly, and sometimes I miss things, like this really cool SD or TF card slot. Look how that's loaded in there. That looks pretty cool. There's only one SD card slot on this device. Let's check it out and see what kind of card is included. It looks like it might be a, what is it, Kioxia or whatever you... What do we have here? No, it's not. It's just, it's a Game Kitty. Check that out. It's a Game Kitty branded 64 gigabyte card. I've never seen one of those before. That's kind of cool. All right. So let's just see how long this card lasts. Maybe it'll be a good card. We should still back it up though. All right. So we're gonna just check out the stock operating system today. You can install MinUI on here if you want. That's something that we will not be doing in this video. Let's just see how it comes from the factory. It looks like it's pretty low on battery. There we are with our boot logo, Pixel. Let me zoom in a little bit. Her little bling, kind of like a Game Boy. So here's our screen. I'm not sure how to do brightness. There's volume on the left, volume up and down, I believe. Yep, plus and minus. So we have emulators, games, RetroArch, like dedicated RetroArch, test, beta, app. What's in the apps? Okay, we have a video playing app, file manager, input tester. Man, this D-pad feels good. A couple other things. Let's just back out of there. Settings, about. I'm glad it's all in English already. So we have a, that's how we can power it off instead of just pressing the button on the side. Device, this adjusts the backlight. Okay, so it's at 70 right now. Let's see if we can bring this up. 72. There we are. We're bringing it up. Am I noticing a difference? Let's bring it up to 100 and then down to 0. Let's see what happens. I am not noticing any change at all. Let's see when I lift my finger off the D-pad. I'm not noticing a change. So that's something I'll probably notice in game. We'll see. I'm not sure. Maybe that's something I'll have to figure out and put into a pinned comment below. Screen timeout 60 seconds. We'll leave it like that. Auto power off. I'm going to leave all of that alone. Volume is at 79. How do we back out of here? Okay, default, select, change, right or left. Okay, we know that. Select. Let's just, okay, I put that back to default. Doesn't seem like it's giving me a way to get out of here. Let's see if we press this button here. No, back, start. How I should have known. It's almost always start. Okay, so look, there's a like button on here. Guys, you know what to do, right? All right, so I'm back out of here. Settings, back to emulator. So we're there. We're just going through, basically after settings, we're back to the beginning. So we'll start with the emulators. What do we have? We have MAME, so we have some arcade in here. I didn't think this thing was gonna have arcade. I wasn't sure. Airplane, so some shoot 'em ups. DOSBox, Final Burn Alpha, 35, 44, Final Burn Neo. So we have some games in here. Looks like we have some arcade games. This is Famicom right here. It's not giving us the names like Nintendo, Game Boy Color. It's giving us the emulator names. So I wonder if in the game section it's going to say the game system names. I can never speak when I do these videos. I lose my voice every time. So look, there's a little star on whatever icon you have highlighted. Before I click into any of them, let's just go down through them. So yeah, we have, that's Famicom, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. That's Litnxt. It says Handy. I guess that's the emulator. MAME for all, more arcade. Mega Drive or Genesis, another one. Oh, I'm not sure what's up with that one right there. 8-bit. Oh, that's Master System, I think. That's Mega Drive or Genesis. And then we have 32X. So it's got a lot going on here. Neo Geo Pocket, Open Beats of Rage, PC Engine or TurboGrafx 16, PlayStation 1. We probably won't even be messing with that on here. Super Famicom or Super Nintendo. Another SNES, so different. Oh, Super Famicom Pocket, interesting. SNES EX or SX, SMS, Sega Master System, and then WonderSwan Color. So those are our emulators. Before I click into any of them, let me back out and see what this game section has to offer. Okay, so it's just some games they have loaded in here. Streets of Rage Remake, some Astrolander, Apricot. Some of these are kind of fun. Astrolander's fun. It's so old school, but I like it. It's one of the kind of games I'll play while I'm sitting in like a lobby, waiting for my name to be called. Cave Story, Digger, Beaver, Falling Time, Doom. We have Doom on here, Free Blocks, Free Doom. Gianna, is that the Gianna sister? That's a fun one. Okay, so there's a bunch of games preloaded in here, a whole bunch. I don't know if this is something like, okay, we have Inkaruga, Open Tyrion, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we're okay. Look at that. We even have Sonic. I forget what that's called. RB2. Super Tux. I'm gonna back out of here. That is taking a long time. So back to games real quick. That's all it is the games that are like, I think they're like, what do you call them? Indie ROM hack or just like ports. Let's go into RetroArch. Here we go. So we have Easy RPG. Here's Famicom again. So we have F and N. I don't know if that's like North America. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Game Boy Color. It's all kind of the same thing, but at least they're putting links under that one right there. Genesis, spelled wrong, but it's still there. Pico Drive, Mega Drive, MSX, Pico 8. We have some Pico 8 on here. I know it's not going to be native Pico 8, but that's still cool. What do we have in Pico 8? Oh, we have our games are in Chinese. So looks like we can see the game art for all of them, but we're not going to be able to read the games. I'm going to have to put my own card in here, obviously, like I should do in the first place. But start to exit. All right, just the same. Anytime you want to get out of something, you press start, unless you want to start a game, I guess. So Neo Geo, Pocket Color, classic games, and featured games. These are all in English. Okay, maybe it was just oh, let's just press start. Maybe let's hope most of these are in English. Carefully selected games from Mega Drive. Let's see. Nothing, but we do have some. Oh, it took a bit to load. All right, they're all in English. I pressed A twice because it was loading. Look at that. We have a Portuguese section for my Brazilian friends. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. So let me back out of here. So it looks like we have a bunch of games, bunch of systems. Let me just do like a kind of montage type thing, playing a few different systems, a few different games. So this video just doesn't take too long. And we'll get a little taste of what this thing has to offer. All right. So far, I like the way it feels. Let's check out how it plays. Oh, I put 3D on. How did I do it? If you have 3D glasses, you can press select. What? There it is. Dpad works well. Alright, so we've tested this little thing out on a lot of different systems. Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Mega Drive or Sega Genesis, even a little Pico 8. Those are the kind of systems I think are suitable for a console this size. But I want to try playing a little more SNES, maybe some F-Zero, and then try something on PlayStation and see if we could use these shoulder buttons. But in order to do that and to make it relatively comfortable, I'm going to try out this grip case stand that I ordered for this device. So I haven't used it yet, and it's a little janky. This thing right here that pops out, it's kind of strange. So the other grips I have don't have this piece right here, which is just like an extra protection for when it's used as a case. So I'm going to pop this open here. You see there's magnets inside that keep this thing closed. It slides out, and there's like these very small grooves. It's kind of janky. I think I'm going to leave it to the side for now. And we're just going to see. So we have felts in here, a little indent right there where your D-pad and buttons will go. So first we'll try that. I'm just going to turn it in like this. Boom, just like that. Perfect little case, go in the pocket. Let's see if we can put this on without too much struggle. See, I think you got to open it up first. Yeah, there we go. So now we got a full protection. Very nice. Now let's check it out as a stand. we're going to pull that out. We've seen it as a grip. We've seen it as a case. And now as a stand. Look at that. Uh-oh, I started something up. Oh, I just turned on the system. That is pretty cool. I love it. Color looks cool to me too. Alright, so that's that. Let's try playing some games using this thing as a grip. Just one more quick look before we start up F-Zero. Look how perfect this thing is in the hand. Obviously, it's not the most ergonomic with these 90-degree corners, 90-degree angles, but it really does make a difference. You have something to hold onto and your fingers can stay up on top. So let's just give this a try. We will need these buttons for F-Zero, so let's just see if this works here. Oh, I got a bad start on it. Slow start. Well, the shoulder buttons work, and they're easy to press. Get out of my way, dude. I'll get there. I'll pass them up. I just got to get ahead of them. Let me get my first boost after this. First lap. Sharp turn. Coming for you, Captain Falcon. Alright, so we're going to use our boost right at that rough patch. If I can get around it. See how easy this is to play with the grip? Without it, it wouldn't be very easy to play. Yeah. So I think this is going to be very similar to how Crash Team Racing would play on PlayStation. It's basically the same kind of controls. You use A or cross button on PlayStation, which is B on here, to accelerate, and you use the shoulder buttons to drift and to boost. Yeah, this is a cool little console. I mean, it is not the most powerful console, but it plays the games I like to play. This thing is going to fit right in my pocket with this case, and it is solid, premium, nice. The screen doesn't have the greatest dynamic range, I'll say that, and I haven't figured out the brightness settings for it yet. Ooh, that wasn't good. But it's still really nice. I'm looking at it from a really hard angle right now because I'm trying to keep it flat for the camera, and I'm still seeing everything perfectly fine. One more lap. So you gotta let go of the accelerator. That's the way to make that turn easier. I got one more boost left here. There it goes. Slip right past them. There it is. Give me a like, my friends. So there it is with the grip. Works perfectly fine. Really nice. I mean, obviously there's a more ideal way to play, but with this console, I think this is the best thing I've got so far. Best way to play games with shoulder buttons, and I'm looking forward to trying something on PlayStation next. Alright, my friends, we're going to try a little Crash Team Racing on PlayStation 1. This console is not a PlayStation 1 console, but it can play PlayStation 1, and I'm pretty sure Crash Team Racing is one of the games that it can play. And you know me, I like my racing games, so that's what I'm going to test. Let's just do a quick arcade, quick race. Here we go. Nice. nice. It's running smooth. Feels like it's running smooth. Got my drift and my boost. And usually I start off in first. I'm looking at my phone. Look at the screen. Take that. Oh, that didn't do nothing. Did it? Oh, it did. I'm in first. Oh, shot that at nobody. This game is like one of the... I think the rubber banding in this game is like no joke. They're like always right behind you. It doesn't matter how fast you go. There's always someone right behind you. Yeah, so PlayStation 1 obviously is going to run pretty well. The lighter weight games wouldn't be on here if it couldn't play them. I mean, I'm sure, you know, I did see Bloody Roar 2 on here, and I kind of question whether or not that game will play. But it's not a game that I like playing anyway. One more lab. Remember, guys, this is a console that's really for systems below PlayStation, in my opinion. If you're getting this for PlayStation, yeah, might not be the right console for that. Have we even played any Game Boy Advance? That's another system it's gonna be cool on here, but we do have a 3x2 screen, so we're gonna have a little bit of a smaller aspect ratio. We won't have the full real estate of the screen being used. I barely got that. Alright, Crash Team Racing, PlayStation, on the GKD Pixel. A GKD Pixel Mini. I really like it. There we are, my friends. Looks like we're blinking down here, which means the battery is about to die. So I think we will call it for this video. Do me a favor, my friends. Hook me up with a like if you got anything out of this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.